Grab a cup of coffee, folks, because we're talking about branding. When I say branding, what exactly do you think of? Typically, people think of big brands like Disney or Apple or Netflix. The truth is, however, branding encompasses nearly every aspect of every business. Good branding makes your business memorable. Since freelancers like you and me benefit on being remembered by our prospective clients, I have an exercise that will help you build a memorable VA brand. First step in this exercise is to define the unique personality of your brand. When you're a freelancer, we have the benefit of making our brand unabashedly about ourselves, and that is a rare gift because we just get to be ourselves. If you're thinking right now, by the way, that you have to put a false front in front of your clients, like if you're thinking, oh, instead of being about me, I'm just going to build my website as if I were a really professional corporation. Here's why I caution you against putting up a false front to the world. Presenting yourself as something other than your truly authentic self will feel totally unnatural to you. And ultimately, it's really, really hard to keep that charade? It's really hard to keep that inauthentic self going. Quick story time. When I first started as a virtual assistant, I built a website that looked pretty corporate-y because I just thought that businesses and people wanted to hire a really professional looking virtual assistant. What I ended up doing was building a website that didn't represent me at all. I seriously tried to make it look like I wasn't a solo business. I tried to make it look like I had like 10 other virtual assistants working underneath me, thinking that somebody would trust me if I were more company-like. And boy, was I wrong, because any potential client calls I did land asked me about my business. They thought I was the CEO and they didn't understand that it was just me. So it made calls really uncomfortable, and ultimately it didn't really land me any significant business. That all changed when I started to really tap into my authenticity. So here's your exercise and first challenge of this course. I like to call this the 3 adjective activity. Right now, either on a piece of paper or on your notes app online, I want you to write down 3 positive adjectives that, number 1, you think describe you. Number 2, I want you to write down how you think your friends describe you. And number 3, I want you to write down how you want your clients to describe you. So pause this video right now, take 2 minutes to jot down adjectives that describe you, how your friends describe you, how you want your clients to describe you. And when you're done with that activity, hit play again and we'll compare some notes. Okay, I hope that was easy and fun. When I first did this activity, here's what mine looked like. How I describe myself: helpful, confident, welcoming. How I think my friends describe me: happy, confident, and positive. And how I want my clients to describe me: helpful, confident, and knowledgeable. Now I want you to look at the 3 categories, and I want you to see if there are any similar or common words across all categories. For me, happy and confident were words that I kept using over and over again. So I knew that I had to portray that into my brand. Now, looking at your list, if you have similar words across all categories, then you're on the right track. And those are probably the adjectives that you want to heavily incorporate when we start to build your website. If, however, you're using totally different words across your categories, it might be time to look hard at the forward-facing image that you are currently giving off to your clients. Okay, so the final step in this exercise is an ongoing one. Once you have your 3 words that you think really encapsulate you, your brand, and that you hope your clients will use to describe you, this is now your personal brand. So if these are the feelings and the adjectives that you really want to encapsulate your virtual assistant business, then I want you to truly embody these adjectives with everything that you do, every interaction, everything on your website, everything on your social media. And most importantly, I want you to keep it consistent, because consistency is key. So now that we've got your 3 adjectives in mind, I want you to really keep those at the forefront of your brain as we go throughout this course, because this is what we're really going to be building your website around, is your personal brand and your adjectives. In the next section, we're going to start talking really about website foundations, like how do you pick a name and how do you pick your color palette. I'll see you guys in the next lecture.